Hello children, and welcome to a literacy lesson. We're about to start a new sequence of learning linked to our Native American topic. We're going to enjoy sharing a traditional poem about a Native American child called Hiawatha. We're not going to listen to that today. What we're going to do today, we're going to think about all that we've learned so far about poems and poets. We've enjoyed lots of poems together so far this year, and we're going to have a look at a few of them together again now. I'm going to share my screen with you so that you can see some of the poems that I'm going to read with you. Here we go. So today, when we've looked at some of the poems, we're going to be thinking about what poems or poets do you know? And if you have a look at the two pictures on the screen, this poem is called Cinderella, that you enjoyed sharing with Miss Corrigan. I wonder if you can remember who the poet was. And then in this book here, Please Mrs. Butler by Alan Alberg, we've shared a couple of his poems and we particularly enjoyed those. I know that you know a lot more poems and poets too. I wonder if you can think carefully about what types of poems there are. We're going to think about some features that you might find in poems, and also what is the purpose of a poem? Why are they written? So the first poem that we're going to share together, the one that we really enjoyed. It's called Dog in the Playground, and the poet is Alan Alberg. Alan Alberg has written lots of poems, but he's also written lots of rhyming stories. I'm sure when you were younger, you will have read things like Each Peach, Pear Plum and Funny Bones. So listen as I read the poem to you, or you can join in with me too. Dog in the playground? Oh, no, he don't. He'll come with me. You see if he won't. The word gets round, the crowd gets bigger. His name's Bob. It ain't, it's Trigger. They call him Archie. They call him Frank. Lives by the fish shop. Lives up the bank. Who told you that? Pipe down, shut up. I know that dog since he was a pup. Dog in the playground. We'll catch him, miss. Leave it to us. Just watch this. Dog in the playground. What a to-do. 35 children, caretaker too. Chasing the dog, chasing each other. I know that dog. He's our dog's brother. We've cornered him now. He can't get away. Told you we'd catch him. Robert and hey, don't open that door. Oh, Glennis, you fool. Look, miss, what's happened? Dog in the school. Dog in the classroom, dog in the hall, dog in the toilets. He's paying a call. 46 children, caretaker 2, headmaster, 3 teachers, hullabaloo. Lost him, can't find him, he's vanished. And then, look, miss, he's back in the playground again. Shouting and shoving, I'll give you what for. 65 children head for the door. Dog in the playground, smile on his face, tail in the air, winning the race. Dog in his element, offer to jog, out of the gates. Wish I was a dog. Dog in the playground, couldn't he run? Dog in the playground, gone. And I really like that poem because the poet, Alan Alberg, he's added lots of humour. It made me laugh. And it was the fact that lots of the children thought they knew the dog and were calling him all sorts of different names. They thought where he lived, they thought they knew where he lived. And then the chase to get the dog got bigger and bigger. And we even ended up with the headmaster chasing the dog. Did you notice any patterns in this poem? Have you spotted any rhyming words? Look at the first verse. You spotted which two lines rhyme? It's line 2 and 4. Oh no, he don't. You see if he won't. Don't and won't rhyme. Is it the same in the second verse? Is it line 2 and 4 that rhyme? It is. It's bigger and trigger. This poem is telling us a story, and it's actually the children's speech. It's what they're saying that helps tell this tale of the dog in the playground. Can you remember what we call poems that tell a story? They're called narrative poems. Somebody is narrating a story through a poem. Let's see what poem I've got next for us. It's called Rainbow Children by Blackwell First School. Let me read it to you and then start to have a think about what type of poem this is. The sun was shining every day. It could have been a holiday. Walking, baking, happily, loving time with our families. Rainbows all around us, filling us with hope. Life was very different now, but we were sure to cope. We are the rainbow children, staying together when the world was apart. We are the rainbow children, carrying each other with love in our hearts. I bet you recognised it, didn't you? It's our rainbow song. Poems are songs. They have a melody that goes along with the words. This poem is also a rhyming poem. There are words that rhyme. The sun was shining every day. It could have been a holiday. Every day and holiday. I wouldn't say that this is a narrative poem. It's not really telling us a story. It's more a descriptive poem, telling us about an event, telling us all about the time when we couldn't be together. It's got rhythm and it's got rhyme, which makes it a good poem to put a melody to. So poems are songs too. Let's look at the next poem. This poem is one of my favourites because it's about a beach. We haven't shared this with each of us in school together yet. The poet is by somebody called William Hart Smith. Listen to the words carefully. It might be that you want to close your eyes because this poem will help you to imagine the beach. The beach is a quarter of golden fruit, a soft ripe melon, sliced to a half-moon curve, having a thick green rind of jungle growth, and the sea devours it with its sharp, sharp white teeth. Now, this poem was a great descriptive poem, some excellent words there, and also using the idea of a melon, a fruit, describing the beach. The half-moon curve, I imagine, is the sand, the yellow sand, and the green rind, it says, of jungle growth. That will be the parts where the seaweed and the grass, the sand grasses are, like you can see in the picture. I like the fact that it almost suggests that the sea is eating. the sand. Devour means you eat something greedily with its sharp, sharp white teeth. And I think William Hart Smith is thinking about the froth that you get when the sea crashes onto the sand. It's like the sharp teeth taking the sand back into the sea with it. You might have noticed there were no rhyming words. There wasn't really a rhythm, and it's not telling us a story. When we don't have any rhythm or rhyme, and it's not telling us a story, we call these poems free verse. This is a brilliant descriptive poem where you're imagining this piece of fruit being the beach. Have a look at the next poem. I wonder if you can tell me what type of poem this is. I think you'll recognise it as being a shape poem. The poem has a title called Stars, and you can see the words have been written in a star shape. It's quite tricky to read this one. You almost have to put your head on the side, so I'll try my best and I'll read it with you. Stars are so bright, shining above us all, millions and billions shining from dusk to dawn with silver light, so pretty. A short poem, but telling us about stars. Some nice description, no rhythm or rhyme. It's called a shape poem, often fun to read. I wonder whether you can tell me what type of poem some of these are. I'll read out 2 or 3 of them. Which animal makes the best pet? You know, it's a cat because it's perfect. What time is it when a lion walks into a room? Time to leave. Why are fish so smart? Because they live in schools. Now, I wonder whether you can tell me what type of poems they are. They're jokes. Now, you might be thinking, well, why are jokes poems? Well, a feature of poems is that poets can play around with language and ideas. And they've certainly played around with lots of silly ideas there. So, today, you're going to think about any of the poems and poets that you know about, and you're going to create a word map. I've just put another couple of books that we've also shared together in school. We've got Roald Dahl's Revolting Rhymes, and we've also got The Owl and the Pussycat by Edward Lear. He writes lots of nonsense poems. And on your mind map, you're going to have a think about what poems or poets do you know, and hopefully you've got a few ideas from some of the poems I've shared with you. What types of poems are there? And I think we've thought of about 5 different types of poems so far together this morning. What features might you find in poems? And what is the purpose of poems? Why do people write poems, and why do people like reading them? So think really carefully. On your home learning sheets, I've put another couple of links to our YouTube channel where Miss Curriger and Mrs. Moss share some more poems with you so that you can listen and get some even more ideas. Work hard, everybody. Bye-bye.